So, with the Stanley Cup final right around the corner here, I thought this would be a good time to revisit the 2020 Montreal Canadiens offseason that people were absolutely raving about. I remember coming into this season, some people were saying they won the offseason with the moves Bergevin made to bolster the team. And look, before the bubble here, Habs fans, the Habs were getting ready to miss yet another season without playoff hockey. They get saved by this bubble format. They go play against the Philadelphia Flyers and Pittsburgh Penguins. They beat Pittsburgh, and they give a Philadelphia Flyers team, which was good, a solid run for their money here. And all of a sudden, the outlook has changed, and Bergevin goes out swinging here. Big punches in this offseason, and it's paid off here, obviously, because we're talking about a Montreal Canadiens Stanley Cup final here in 2 days. And note, this is not going to include the draft. This does not include the 2020 draft, Caden Gooley, that type of stuff. This is just going to be trades, UFA signings, and re-signings from 2020. Let's jump into it. I don't want to waste any more time. All right, on the UFA front, dude, we all know what I'm going to say here. It's Tyler Toffoli, one of the best signings in free agency in a long time here. And the best part is not just that he got Tyler Toffoli, but the contract itself is a very good one. He signed him to a 4-year deal, only $4.25 million per season. Very good deal. Team friendly, which allows Bergevin some flexibility to go make some other moves with Toffoli at that number. So masterful signing there. And let's not forget Corey Perry in the 11th hour. I don't know if you guys remember. This came almost right before the season started. Very close to the start date of the season. Started on the taxi squad. It was kind of like a throw-in type of thing. How genius has that one turned into? The Corey Perry signing for the Montreal Canadiens. Masterful work by Marc Bergevin on those two signings. Beautiful stuff. Next up in the trade section for this Habs 2020 offseason. Look, this one, A+ work also by Bergevin. Let's start with Jake Allen. He acquires Jake Allen, who was a pretty big ticket from the St. Louis Blues there. He had a pretty hefty salary. But if you think about it here, do the Habs even make it to the playoffs without Jake Allen? Remember, Carey Price was dealing with some significant injuries, and he wasn't playing his best when he was there in the regular season. So Jake Allen really, at some points, put the team on his back to get the Habs to the Stanley Cup playoffs this year. So Jake Allen, I know he hasn't seen any time here in the playoffs, but hey, this guy was a huge part of this team, and he really helped out when it mattered most for him. And Bergevin also then went out and signed Allen to a 2-year contract extension worth $2.8 million per season, which again, kind of hefty for a backup, but as you can see, it came in very handy. Up next, another incredible move by Bergevin was to get Joel Edmondson from the Carolina Hurricanes. A great trade on defense. When I saw this one, I wasn't too sure, and that's another guy, he makes a good amount of money there, so I was like, what kind of move is this? I'm not too sure. He has been amazing on the blue line there. Such a calm veteran presence. He's won Stanley Cup before with St. Louis, and he's just a calm presence back there. Stay-at-home guy. Very good move. Doesn't get a ton of credit, but he deserves it, trust me. And of course, on the trade front, cannot forget about Josh Anderson. The trade, Max Domi and a third for Josh Anderson, and then he signs him to the huge 7-year deal, $5.5 million per season. So Josh Anderson, hey, say what you want about him. He's been up and down, had a bit of consistency issues at a few different points this season, but overall, great move here. Because look, Max Domi, I was a fan of him when he was in Montreal, but I don't think he would have had the same impact, especially in the last playoff series here like Anderson has had. And I know I've been on his back because he hasn't exactly been a great playoff performer this playoffs, but when he has been, he's been huge. And that whole line, Byron, Kotkaniemi, Anderson, was one of the best in that whole Vegas series. They were huge for it, and he was a big part of it. So Josh Anderson comes in handy. He had a good regular season, put up 17 goals, I think, in a shortened season, which is really good. And hopefully next season and the seasons to come, he'll get more consistent, he'll stay out of injury trouble, and he can keep producing at a good clip for the Montreal Canadiens. But I think very good move there. Next up, Bergevin re-signed Jeff Petrie to a 4-year deal worth $6.25 million. Now look, Jeff Petrie is a huge part of this Montreal Canadiens team. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys though, I do not like this contract. For the age, He's getting up there. He's 33 years old. To pay him for the next 4 seasons at $6.25 million, it's kind of rich for my blood, I would say, for a 33-year-old. But for now, it works very well, and you needed to get Jeff Petrie back on this team. And look what he's done. There was points this season where, look, he was having a Norris caliber type season. I just worry about that contract for the future, as I do with Anderson's as well. Up next, there was some trade rumors coming out of Montreal that, maybe Gallagher's going to leave. No, Bergevin locked him up 6 years, $6.5 million, which made him the highest paid forward on the Montreal Canadiens, and he will be, I think, until Suzuki or Caufield get their contracts there. But look, again, a little bit rich for my taste, but Bergevin loves these long-term contracts. He's so great and we need him right now. We'll worry about the numbers later. This is a good contract, I think, but $6.5 million with Galley's injury history. Look, you needed him, and he's most likely the next captain of your team, unless it's Suzuki. So you need to get him back, even if it's $6.5 million. It's quite a bit, but for 6 years there, who knows with Galley? He can turn it on and off, and he's such an important part of this team. You needed to get him locked up here. So I think all in all, good move by Bergevin. Alright, that'll do it for me on this one, guys. You know what to do, just like every other video. Let me know what you thought of the 2020 Habs offseason. And like this video, subscribe for more content like this. You know exactly also to hit that notification bell. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.